The secret of success is to do the common things uncommonly well. John D. Rockefeller. Friends, we see everything's up for the day but gold. Gold down about 1%. Let's jump into these charts. We see the S&P 500 continue to move up, really bounding up in the morning, down a little in the afternoon, but overall up 0.64%, heading up toward that magic 200 EMA, the golden line. We'll see if we reach that or if indeed things are going to roll over and stroke down on us. Tried to do it earlier, did not happen, went down for a few candles and then popped back up. So we see that the half day is heading up. The 2-day is heading up also. It's in the green on the STC. That's what I mean by that. And the weekly still in the red, but a nice weekly green up candle. The first we've seen in, what, about 6 candles. So that's nice to see. We'll see where that leads us to. That is where we are on the S&P 500. Still poised to jump into a down move if one should occur. Look at the Nasdaq 100. It, again, like the S&P, popping up higher in the morning. Up for the day, 1.59%. In the green on the STC. We'll see the same on the 2-day chart like the S&P 500. And the STC on the weekly is still down, but again, 2 green up candles. A spinning top last week, a green up candle this week, bounding up quite strongly. So we will see where that leads us. Things had bounced off that 200 EMA on that weekly chart. And maybe these markets are going to show us some recovery. Wouldn't that be nice to move back above and go long? Now remember, it is the summertime trading zone. What does that mean? Well, that old adage, we've talked about it a lot this summer, sell in May and go away, live to trade another day. There is a reason for that. It's because so much of the volume's out of the market in the summertime, and you can have these crazy swings. It's the worst, hardest time to trade, but we practice it nonetheless because the harder it is, the more challenging it is, the more you're going to learn from it. You're going to learn what to do, what not to do, what trust, what not to trust. That's why we say 10 to 15 minutes each and every day in these markets with your favorite stocks and ETFs. Doing what? Following them. Doing practice trades, learning what works, what doesn't work, and getting the personalities down and understanding. That's why you fill out your notes when you do a practice trade. That it helps you put together your stock trader's almanac so that when you go back to trade that over time, you've got nice notes and you understand what the summertime trading zone means for that particular stock or ETF. That's where you really make your money, is filling out those trading notes, understanding what worked, what didn't work, and doing your after actions. So very important. That is where we are on stocks. Let's go on to bonds. We had jumped into a down move in bonds, ended up for the day 0.26%. Now, it popped up some in the morning. Again, a green spinning top, not a strong green up candle heading up. Volume also was low. So we hung in there in the afternoon, paid us back a little bit by rolling back over and heading down. Also, the STC is still quite strongly down, so we'll keep an eye on it. Be hopeful that bonds are going to continue to deteriorate. Of course, we are paying attention to the fact that the STC on the 2-day chart is green. Things had popped up in recent days and then sort of sliding sideways and devolving a little bit here over the last 2 candles. But again, watching this like a hawk. We've had 3 weeks and then this 4th week now, green spinning top where we're well below those prior highs and things look like they are, again, burning off some of that upward energy. So we'll keep a close eye on this practice trade and see where it goes for us. Now, let's take a look at gold. Gold down for the day, 0.94%, popped up again all the way to the top of that interim band there and then started cranking over again. Were you paying attention to that? We've had this nice little trade in gold a while back, and of course, what did we see? Gold deteriorated even further, then sort of slid sideways, popped down, slid sideways, and now it's gone to a lower low. Any of you jump into that this afternoon? It does meet the minimum requirements because it went to the top and then over, although it can be a little dangerous there again. And the only thing we can really do with gold, since we don't have an inverse fund that is liquid enough for us to deal with, is to look at some puts in gold. Any of you guys do that? Well, we'll be tracking it for you. We'll see where gold goes on this with that rotation over in the afternoon. We'll see if gold's got a lot left in the tank for further down moves. Now, we do look at gold where it is on the half day, the 2-day, of course, it blew through that several days ago, blew through the 200 EMA heading down. And on the weekly chart, gold again, like last week, is tapping on the door of the 200 EMA. Will it stop there and bound back up? We don't know. We'll be watching, paying attention, but you can see we're red on the weekly. We are red on the 2-day, and we are now red again on the half-day. That puts us at a negative 15 for the success multiplier formula. Lots of downward pressure on gold. Lastly, we'll move on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's popped up some here over the last few days. Got a ways to go before we get above the 200 EMA. So we've still got that downward energy there, but it has been trying to do some recovering. We look at the 2-day. It is green on the STC like the half day, and we've got two decent candles of up movement there. You know, again, we had things pop up a while back right before they hammered down again. So again, being real careful with Bitcoin. This is the first green candle on the weekly chart that we have seen going back all the way to March 28th. And what did it do there? Well, we got some green candles. It popped up and then rolled over again. So want to see, has Bitcoin found a bottom or not? You can read different people. About every article says something different. We've reached a bottom. We've not. It's just another sort of, plateau where things will hold for a little while and then drop back down. We don't know. We'll see. Haven't reached any of the parameters for us to jump in. We're waiting for that 200 EMA to be penetrated on the half-day chart. Then that might give us some opportunities to look at a little bit of trading on the upside. That's where we are, folks, as we end the day. If you're a Patreon member, as soon as this show's over, we will be putting together for you the Charting Crypto podcast. So look for that in your mailbox and at our Patreon page tonight. If you're not a Patreon member, why aren't you? You need to sign up and get all the goodies, particularly that 3-part series, Option Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. Any of the 3 Patreon levels, you get that. Love to hear from you always. CW@chartingwealth.com. God bless my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.